What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Frozenheim. There's something going on, dude. There's something in the water right now that there's RTSs that are single-player and campaign-focused just bursting from the walls at the moment. And this is something that I've never seen across the course of my entire career. I often consider the old-school single-player competitive RTS to be kind of a dead genre, and yet if anything has taught us that They Are Billions was massively successful with just that formula, omitting multiplayer altogether. And so anyways, I'm glad to see this happen because I do really enjoy RTS games. It's just I don't really enjoy multiplayer. Like, I want to play a compelling campaign with a storyline and a narrative and objectives and stuff like that. And so already this week we've had 5 nations and now we have Frozenheim. So we'll check this out. We're going to spend about 25-30 minutes with it, see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you did want to get the game for yourself, you're more than welcome to do so at a link that I'll provide for you down below. Alongside that, you'll find my Discord, my Twitter, and my Twitch stream, where you're also very, very welcome to join me. I'd love to be your host. So let's dive on in, play the game, because we've got limited time and not a lot to go off of. Alright, for Valhalla, the legend of a holy tree giving knowledge to those most worthy has been spreading amongst our people. It is said that only the finest warriors can find this sacred place and bring their generous blessings to the lands. So here we are. We've started out and we've got our 3 little axe warriors down here. We can move them around, just standard fare, rubber band boxes and right clicks in order to move things. We started out in this camp, but it's already looted. This game is going to have a little bit of an exploratory bent to it, which I think is actually thematically good, because Vikings were explorers, and so as you explore more, you'll find points of interest that do stuff. But for the moment, we have this one weakened squad, and we've got to decide what we want to do with them. I'm going to be minimizing most of the tutorials, because I'm going to be explaining everything as we go anyways, so you shouldn't really entirely need them. There's a couple of wolves down here. Let's go ahead and dispense of them. I didn't think wolves were that big of a problem for Vikings, but I guess I must be wrong. I don't know, there's lots of things from movies and stuff that have taught me that I'm wrong. Like, I've never had to worry about quicksand. I've never had to jump in between boulders that are floating down like a bog river of lava. Snakes were a much bigger threat than I thought they would be. There's rattlesnakes everywhere where I live. It's filthy with them. You know, lots and lots of things that really were guiding the wrong direction. But apparently Vikings fought with wolves, and you can take that to the history class. Here's one of our exploratory points. As long as we're near it, we'll start scouting it. And when this watchtower is done, it'll actually clear out this space so that we can see. One thing I would have liked to have seen right there is because we're interacting with this, instead of it triggering when we're in proximity of it, it would have been cool if we click on it and one of our guys comes through here and climbed up the ladder and got on top of it while the meter was filling and like looked around and then like shouted something back down to the dudes at the bottom and then climbed back down right around the time that the meter was done. I don't know. I feel like that would have been very, very immersive. It feels like a missed opportunity right there. If you're inside of trees in this game, you're invisible to the AI. So you can hide in the forest, basically, and that's what the game wants us to do past this bandit camp right here. There's 5 of them and 3 of us. I don't think it's going to be a bad idea, okay? They've got us outnumbered, and they are the same unit that we are, and frankly, I just don't want them coming around with their axes, axing important questions like, hey, does your head come off when I chop it? It's just not a question I feel the need to answer for right now. Our objective is right here to get back to our village, so that's exactly what we're going to do. There's no place like home. We got to get on in here, get a nice hot bowl of chili, Viking chili. I don't know. They probably call it like chilingir or something like that. You know, I don't know Viking language. I don't know. You add a couple of letters and it's just like chilingir. And then all of a sudden it sounds way more Viking-y. When we got back into town, we can use space to pause the game. I think that's very, very important for a RTS that is not competitively focused. I think that every campaign-focused RTS should have a push pause. That's just me personally. I don't know. I'm getting older and I like to organize things. I don't have like the click-through rates that I used to have, like the clicks per minute that I used to have when I was 17 years old playing StarCraft all the time on the internet. And sometimes I just like to plan things out a little bit more carefully, and pause lets me do that and doesn't affect anybody else in a single-player game. So good move right there, developers. Inside of our new village, we've been given 2 scouts, and we've still got our 3 warriors. We'll tell them to come over here. The UI has updated, so this is our army cap right here. We have 2 out of 20. We have 14 available workers. None of them have been assigned to work tasks, and 5 of them have been assigned to being warriors, basically. There's our food right there. You really, really don't want to run out of that because they get skinny, and when Vikings get skinny, they get very, very testy. We have wood, we have stone, we have iron, we have steel, actually. We have steel, we have bog iron, and then we have skins, and then we also have clothing, and those are going to be resources that we use for various buildings and also for creating units. So we'll move these guys on over here, and we'll have a look around. For right now, the game wants us to build a woodcutter's hut, so let's go into the forest and get some wood. Giggity, giggity, goo. I'm going to take my hut right here, and you can rotate the hut with the R key if you want to. I don't know what the front of the hut is versus the back of the hut. I would appreciate the addition of like a green arrow for the facing. We'll put it right there for right now, but we don't have any builders. We need to assign a couple, so I'll put 3 builders in there for right now, and as you can see, our workers available has gone down. If you go to the Jarl's hut, that's how you assign builders. So these guys will run out. They'll get this thing constructed. We'll give this a little bit of speed. I'd also like to scout over here while we wait for this to happen. So I'm going to take my scouts out, and let's clear out some ground. The units in this game do have special abilities. We can send out a raven from this scout group right here, and it'll clear out an area of fog of war. That's really, really nice. We are going to have to deal with these banditos down here at some point. But, you know, we'll keep it cruising. Now it wants me to make another Fisherman's Hut. We already have one Fisherman's Hut down here, but nobody's really, like, assigned to it. So let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. We'll add 2 guys to the Fisherman's Hut, and then we need to build another one, too. So we'll put another Fisherman's Hut in. Just a respectful distance away. You never want to have your Fisherman's Hut too cramped, you know what I mean? It can be a little bit ugly. So now that our Fisherman's Hut is underway, I wanted to continue scouting with... Where'd my scouty boys go? Scouty boys. Oh, they're down here to the south. There they are. All right, there's nothing much to scout over there, so I'm just going to send them off this direction. And it looks like we've got a little forest over here. Okay. All right, perfect. Have a little look around, see if there's anything important in the area. Hey, a little gate. There are bandits in the forest nearby, and you may not pass until it's safe out there. Okay. Good to know. I will find your banditos, and I will vanquish them. There's some wolves over there. I think the scouts can actually take the wolves, but I'd rather not risk it. They're not a combat-focused unit. We need to build a couple houses, and I'll talk about the happiness system and how your colony grows over time in just a second. Hey, there's a little cart right there. Nice. Let's search it. Anything inside the cart? Hey, we got skins and we got wood. The skins are going to be really, really important. We can't make more Vikings without skins, like more axemen and stuff. Ooh, there's another building over here. Our village is being raided by bandits hiding in the woods. Please help us get rid of them. You will be greatly rewarded. Sure. All right. I heard the words reward and greatly used in conjunction. Oh, I accidentally clicked on that one. Another wagon over here. What do we got inside of this thing? Few more hides. Very, very nice. Definitely take that. Hides and a little bit more wood. Don't really need the wood, but the hides are nice. Anything going on over here? Or is it just like ocean space? Looks like it's just ocean space, although I see something sparkling up there. There's another cart. Let's see if we can go grab that real fast. I know I'm not building my village right now, so I'm being a bad Viking, but maybe later. We already searched that. Okay. There are seasons in this game. They do pass. There's different buffs and debuffs you get from different seasons. So right now in the throes of winter with the chilly toes and the Jack Frost nipping at your nose and all that kind of fun stuff, we have slower unit movement. We have more food consumption and just a general happiness penalty to all of our villagers. But, you know, not that big of a concern for right now in the early game. I'm going to speed this up ever so slightly just to clear out this forest faster. Oh, and there's another group of bandits. Okay. I want that cart, though, dude. I saw that cart over here, and I want it. All right, so they're going to go get the cart. I assume that's going to give us wood, and it's going to give us more skins. That seems to be the way that it goes across. All right, so with 3 more houses, we'll be able to increase our amount of workers, which I think is really, really smart. This game uses a happiness system, basically, for buildings that are nearby. So for every house that's near another house, they get a happiness bonus. And then for every well that's near the houses, they get a happiness bonus. For every single, like, druid that's near the houses, you get a bonus. You know, there's bonuses for everything. Lots and lots of bonuses for everybody. So we'll make, like, a little circle of huts right here. And then maybe we'll throw this guy right here. That looks okay to me. We'll just kind of like, you know, spackle it around, I guess. And those will get done when they get done. These guys can be replenished. All of your units have special abilities that are listed down in the bottom right-hand corner. You can make them fight in aggressive mode. You can make them fight in balanced mode. Or you can make them fight in defensive mode. Whether you want to micromanage that or not is up to you. But usually what you want to do is send guys in defensive mode out first to make contact. Take the other ones around in aggressive mode to attack the enemy from behind. Or we can just use Berserker Rage and we can just headbutt and bite our way through every single problem. And headbutting and biting, kind of an underrated strategy. Not gonna lie, headbutting and biting works out weirdly well. We've got a well right here. The well is important because it allows us to put out fires. And so we'll have a little well right there on the edge of this little patch of buildings. But that is going to use up, I think, most of our stone. The other thing that we probably want to do is probably want to put down a collector's guild to get this bog iron and this stone over here. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's put that guy down right there. We're getting like a big influx of workers. If you ever want to check on the happiness of your huts, all you got to do is come over here, and this meter slowly fills up based on whatever their plus is. So they start at like level 4, and so they should go up to, well, 4. They start at level 2, but they've got a +2 right now because they got +3 from neighboring houses, -1 from the cold. So it'll go up to 4. That's their ultimate target right there. In other seasons, they'll be able to go up to 5, but for right now, not good enough. We do need to assign workers to the well. So we'll get that done real fast. And then, did I assign anybody to the woodcutter set? Let's go woodcutters over here, fisherman's over here, and then I think we're all good to go. This poor little house down at the bottom is all by himself. I feel bad for him. Let's move him. We'll move him up here so that he can be a part of the village with everybody else. It's only fair, dude. Everybody likes social contact. There we go. I love the little trails that they dig out, and I'm so happy to see that become like a mainstay as far as like RTS and city builders go. Like there's little paths that they cut through the snow, and like they'll actually destroy the flora as they're walking around. I think Foundation was the first game that I saw that actually did that. I don't know if it was absolutely the first, but it was the first one that I saw, and ever since then I feel like more games are trying to incorporate that. And I think it kind of lends like a immersive air to the village building portion of the game. All right, you go ahead and start collecting some stone and start collecting some iron. God only knows when we're going to need more of it. They're getting a training field built over here, so we'll be able to produce some more Vikings. We'll also be able to replenish these guys using resources. We can add 2 more guys to the squad so that they're actually fully filled out. I'd recommend we probably have about 15 to 20 units, and we just Zergball all the bandits. That's going to be the easiest way to get it done. Training field is up and running. What else could you ask for? And it gave us bonus leathers right there. Inside of here, we can train 3 units. We can train archers, we can train scouts, and we can train axemen. For right now, I think 2 patches of axemen will be just right, so we'll queue those up. And then we need a little bit of iron in order to get our other dudes going. And unfortunately, we don't have the iron to do the rest of this, which is kind of a bummer. So I may leave these guys at home. I don't know. I don't want them to get destroyed. Worst case scenario is we send them in last, possibly. Let's rearrange this. So we'll get rid of these guys right here. And we'll make archers instead so that we have 10 guys. And that leaves us with the resources to replenish that force. As you can see, they're in the training field right now, doing their training guy stuff. The attack animations are a little bit rough, but they do have fatalities and things that they'll pull off on enemies when they get them down to low health, which is pretty rad. There is a weird type of ghosting that goes on, like when they're swinging their axes and whatnot, and I don't know what that comes from. I assume it's from one of the lighting sources or something like that, but it's not really like a detraction from the game. Nice. Get on up to level 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. And you may be asking yourself, Splatty, what does the happiness rating do? The happiness rating makes it so that it replenishes your workers faster. So you get a certain amount of workers when you build this, but it's got a maximum cap that I haven't been able to figure out yet. But they produce more workers faster if they end up getting killed off or whatever, if the happiness is higher. So just something to think about. Our archers, they're fresh off the griddle. Let's go hit these bandits over on this side and get rid of them. And you guys can see a little bit what the combat looks like. We're going to line up in the forest first so that we've got cover from the bandits. I do wish that there was some kind of dithering or like shadowing if you sent your units into a forest. This game uses a lot of tall foliage and a lot of like evergreen trees and stuff like that, spruces and the like. I'd like it if the trees faded out a little bit more so that I could see my units a little bit better. They do give you the outline, but they don't give you the outline for stuff like buildings or like carts unless you're actually actively moused over them. And so I'm always kind of interested in what I'm missing here. Let's send them into combat, shall we? We'll send them to attack over here. We're going to put them into berserk mode about the second that they make landfall. There we go, berserk mode. Deal damage, take lives, kill enemies, do what you have to do. Looks like we're slaughtering our way through them pretty good right now. Oh, he hooked that guy's axe. Took him out, too. Well done. We actually didn't take a whole lot of losses right there. So we're going to search that cart, and I'm going to have this group of axemen search the camp real fast. Actually, can I not search the camp? Huh. I guess not. I feel like when I was testing the game out, they let me search this camp and also the cart while I was here, but maybe that is not the truth. I don't know. They're jiggling right now. Why are you guys jiggling here? There. Now that there's less people here, do you want to search the camp? Interesting. They don't want to search the camp. All right, fair enough. I don't know what's going wrong here. I feel like I definitely was able to search this camp the last time I played through this section. But I guess it's not working for me. Maybe they already searched it while we were fighting. Who knows? I'm going to take these guys back to camp real fast and replenish what I can. And then we'll go after the other camp. And then we'll get our reward from the little villagers. We'll go through the gate. And we will meet with the Jarl. Jarl Erland. He is waiting for us. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't have enough iron. I need some iron out here. Well, can I use a smelter to get this going? Because we do have a little bit of bog iron coming on in. And so, like, I was thinking maybe we could convert some bog iron over into steel. Oh, my building's on fire. Don't do that. A bloomery. Yeah, let's have a bloomery real fast. We'll bloom it on up here. You can call me Orlando Bloomery. There we go. We'll put the bloomery over there. That'll allow us to manufacture our own steel from the bog iron that they're pulling out of these little deposits over here. It looks like they're actually mostly focusing on the stone. I would like... Can I cross that off somehow? Because we have enough stone. I need the bog iron. Unfortunate. Okay, so what I would like to be able to do is click on these and put a little red slash across it so you can tell them to focus on one research or the other. Make things a little bit simpler. In the bloomery, we'll add a few more warriors. It looks like it only takes us one bog iron to get a steel out. So honestly, that's not that bad of a trade. I'm going to wait for them to pop out the steel. We'll replenish these units. Then we'll go after that last group of Vikings. All right, we have 11 now. 11 steel, so I can replenish this group. Boom. And there we go. All of my guys are back. They've taken a little bit of damage over here, so these guys are slightly softened. It's kind of a, I don't know if they need a druid's hut or something to heal. Maybe I should look into that. There's a druid right here. Heals nearby warriors. That's kind of what I figured. All right, well, the druid should kind of be near to as many of these houses as I can get her, him, them. There we go. I think that's about as close as I can get it. But I want these units to heal because they've got a chunk of health missing. With that chunk of health missing, I feel like they're going to take losses much more readily. Alright, so with our druid set, we will have 2 guys to shake sticks that are covered in crow bones and all that kind of stuff. Hey, they're healed up already. Good. Alright, off and into the woods. Let's go get this last group of bandits so that we can go through the majestic gate and see what we've got going on. I very much like kind of how colorful the game is in kind of the brighter seasons, like summer and spring and whatnot. It pops off the screen very, very saturated because, like, you go through the winter period, which is long, and everything's all washed out in the winter, sort of Frostpunk style. And it makes everything feel much more colorful when the color comes back in. We're going to attack right here. Berserker mode. And down goes the enemy. We only lost 2 guys. See, it let me search this camp. Maybe I did search the other camp, and I just didn't know it. Maybe it happened while we were fighting. There's another little cart right here, though. Hey, more leathers. All right, so let's go back to the house down here. We'll check in with them and see what our reward is for getting rid of the bandits. And then my scouts can go and report to the Jarl. So we'll send them across the Jarl's wall real fast. Oh, I guess we don't get our reward from them. What happens if I send these guys down to replenish next to the druid hut? Oh, they're fighting with the wolves. Looks like they won. Okay. As long as they won, I don't care. If they got wiped out, then that's problematic. But, like, actually, let me see if I can... Dude, this camp still has sparklies around it, dude. I'm sending my scouts down there. I'm an absolute loot hound, dude. I just can't help it. I got to get everything. I'm sending them back down there just in case. Yeah, I think we just got more loot. I'm pretty sure it let us loot it. All right, you guys replenish real quick. Boop. There you go. All nice and replenished. And honestly, I think we have room for more soldiers. We have a lot of steel going right now. Pretty good batch of steel. So I'll probably go with... No, don't do the scouts. I don't want the scout. Do 2 groups of axemen. Oh, I don't have the population for it. Okay, I got to build some more houses. Fair enough. I'm okay with that. Let's get another house down here. Actually, yeah, let's get another house down here. So you go right there. You maybe kind of go right there. We'll put another well in the middle just to make sure everybody's happy. And this should be hit by most of our druid radius, I think. You guys assemble the army over here. Looks like our training got done. And then you guys... It no longer make a to sparklies. I think we looted it. You guys come out this way beyond the Jarl's wall, and let's see what's waiting for us over there. Unfortunately, my woodcutter's hut has run fallow. The trees don't regrow. So we're going to have to figure out a way to push that out a little further. I can take it on over to here. I don't want to deforest this aggressively, but it may have to happen that way. I've got my army. Let's take them all, and we shall bring them up to the Jarl's area. Anything going on over here? Anything good or crazy? A bridge. A rickety-looking bridge. A bridge that I don't inherently trust altogether that much, but a bridge nonetheless. Good, you're here. Our lookout tower got captured by bandits. We've lost control over the area, and we can't transport our supplies safely through there. Okay, so they want me to go wipe out the bandits that are taking up their space over here? I can do that. I can do that. I've got a big ol' army right now. We're, like, ready to ride. I've got about 20 men under my control, which for, like, a small village, it's kind of a sizable fighting force. Not enough to hold off the worst of the things that could happen to you, but enough to really make somebody think about whether or not they want to raid in your territory. And I think the access to the tower... Honestly, I'll just let the pathfinding figure it out. I don't actually know... Oh, there's a back path. Gotcha. Alright, you guys all set up in the forest and get ready for the fight. Alright. We've set up in the forest. Oh, the enemy's down there. Okay. Go relight the beacon real fast. Perfect. Jarl Erland betrayed you and sent his troops to plunder your village, protect the settlement. Oh, no, dude. That's a terrible thing to do. Why would Jarl Erland do that? We're all Viking gear here. We're on the same team, Brody. What are those, little axemans? Oh, no. I don't have anybody defending the village right now. All right, make me another axeman, even though that kind of taps out my resources. And then we are going to reverse raid Jarl Erland, I think. Yeah, you guys get in there. Chop them shields up. Wow, these shield bearers are pretty good. They're putting up a pretty nasty fight over here. Alright, so their shield bearers have been took out. Let's go ahead and destroy all this. Wipe them out, and we'll make this our country. Oh, cool. I like how they throw torches on the buildings. That's pretty sweet. I don't see Jarl's guys in my territory just yet. But hopefully our 5 are strong enough to hold them off. I got some archers and stuff too. You guys come out this way because I think that's the direction they're going to come from. Oh, more war and fighting. Another batch of shield bearers too. Sort of unfortunate. Man, he's flooding me with everything right now. Are we still doing okay? Yeah, berserk out if you need to. Doesn't look like we've actually, like, perma-lost any of our units. We're still in this. Alright, wipe out his hunter's hut. Actually, wipe out his training field first. Where's his training field at? Over there? Yeah, kill his training field. Oh, they're in my village down here. Many of them. Okay, you guys run for it. You guys engage over here. You guys just run. Just run. Yep, flee for your lives. This is not going the way that I planned on it going. Also, unit control in combat is stiff. They don't follow orders, like, at all once they're in contact. Alright, you guys are going to have to, like, Incredible Hulk out if you want to win this fight. I'm sorry to say, but they've got us outnumbered, so, like, we got to do what we got to do. So, Jarl Erland has betrayed me and sent his troops to plunder the village, protect the settlement. How long do I have to protect it for? I probably should have fell my army back over here, but I wanted to kind of take him out. I wanted to get some Rwenge, dude. I was under the throes of Rwenge fever, man. I needed to kill and to slaughter and to maim and destroy. Frickin' Jarl Erland, man. What a douche nozzle. Flee the settlement before more of Erland's men arrived. Okay, we need to sail away. Fair enough. My one guy left. My only survivor. I don't know if there's like a button I push or whatever. Be like, doot doot, and like flee everybody away with one of those dope ram's horns. But, man, I thought we had a good chance right there. Well, we made it to the title screen. That's better than I can say for like half of my videos. So, you know, that's pretty rad. Okay, and so we've got another mission available. The downside there is that we're out of time for the day, but this was a closed beta that the developers gave me access to. So, like, take my critiques with a grain of salt. The game's going to be out, I think, on the 20th is when the game is going to be releasing into early access. So there's plenty of time, especially since it's going to be an EA game, for them to kind of, like, polish up and shore off the rough edges. All that kind of stuff. Maybe make the animations a little bit cleaner. Add some of the more immersive things I talked about with, like, the towers and the looting of the camps and whatnot. So anyways, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day, so you don't have to. Today it was Frozenheim. Tomorrow it will more than likely be something else. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to hang out, and I'll see you all when we reconvene.